Alright guys, so we are on account update time on our free-to-play. But first of all, if you guys commemorate, happy Easter. If not, happy Sunday for every single one of you. Really appreciate you guys. What's up guys, it's your boy Russian with another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we are in our new free-to-play series account. So first of all, I want to give you guys a little bit of information. Actually, not the free-to-play account. One second. Alright, I'm sorry, it's early. I'm still on my third cup of coffee, okay? Alright, so as you guys can see, we reach level 35. We also have completed campaign all the way down to brutal. Now, if you guys are having issues, it will really be dependent of the champions guys chose to be your first champions. For me, I have been clearing everything with Galek and our friend Karato. So, as you guys can see, what I was trying to do right now is create food. But one of the biggest issues is the best place to farm food is on Brutal Stage 12-3. Okay, now I cannot farm with only Supreme Galek or with Karato. So what I'm having to do, what is also okay, it's coming on hard and farming with him. Now, as you guys know, that takes a little bit longer. It is efficient on energy, but not as efficient as if I was doing brutal. Listen up, click on the link in the description right now and get a free legendary Karato and 4 amazing epics as you level up. And here are the steps you guys need to follow to be able to get this. Step 1, log out of Player in Play on PC. If you never had Raid installed on your mobile phone before, the link will work in there too. Step number 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step number 3, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Step number 4, go to your inbox and claim your first champion. And here you go. You find Karato here, as well as Uugo, Rector Drath, Tagoar, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. This is an amazing account starting Raid, so click on my link on the description below and follow these steps. So, what am I doing right now? What is our next plan? And that should be your plan as well. Now you guys have to remember, while I'm going free to play, you guys don't have to go free to play. The reason I'm mentioning that is right now is really the time where what you guys want to do is get one of your champions to 6-star. Okay, in this case I am going for Supreme Galek, but I don't have the foods yet, right? So I have to work on leveling my champions to get food, and this is actually a great time because as you guys see, I have 605 energy, and it's basically because on day 6 I get this 500, so this will help. Now it may not be enough for me to actually get Supreme Galek to 6-star, but at least gonna get me close. As you guys can see as well, I have been saving my shards because I don't feel progressive chance is the best. Even those are really good champions to go for, but I just don't feel it's good enough for me. If I had sacred shards, yes, great time to pull. It's a 2x event. But even so, on my main account, I pulled like 4 or 5 sacred shards and didn't cut anything. So, like I said, 2x good, but sometimes it doesn't mean you will pull a legendary champion. So, our plan now is get to 6-star. What are we having here? We do have a lot of food because if you guys look at Master Vault and Reserve Vault. One mistake I used to make in the past was take those common champions and actually just feed them as energy. What you guys gonna realize is when you have to get your first 6 stars, this is not good. You do want to actually use those even common champions as food, and it's basically because you will run out of champions in the most at this point, and the most if you're saving your shards for a 2x event like I am. And as you see, already 7 mystery shards. I've been feeding, usually what I do is I'll feed 3 champions plus 1 brew of energy to each common champion, and that gives me level 10, and then I go from there. So I do feed some. I don't go just brews, but you know, I try to do the best. Now the other thing is, as you guys see here, when it goes to upgrade level, I will have, for example, I have a barrel, right? So that's usually what you're gonna use for your first 6-star, but it's not the case with Supreme Galek. Let me explain. As you guys see, I have 107 void brews, okay? In this case, I'm not going to use my barrel. I am going to use those brews because it's gonna take me 100 brews to be able to get him to level 60 as soon as I get him 6-star. And the reason why is it's you kind of gonna start realizing until you get to a point that you start to get void shards that you have a lot of void brews because you don't have those many void champions that you're gonna be getting. So it's better for me to use this and save the brew to Karato or a different champ that comes by. Now, pulling shards, because I did have some sacred shards and I didn't get any legendary champion from there, but I was very lucky with some of my pulls, to be honest. Out of the 3 sacred shards I had, I pulled Catacomb Counselor. What? I don't really care much about this champion, but I was able to pull Lady Annabelle, what I already got to level 50, and I pulled Tagoar the Frog. Now, the reason why I really want those champions because clan boss. Like, Tagoar is great against clan boss because he reflects damage, so you get extra damage going for you on the clan boss, so he causes damage to himself. One of the main things that is very important is as soon as you guys can, and I did use a lot of resources, but that allowed me to actually clear 3-star everything on Brutal, and it was getting at least 3 stars on Supreme Galek. I had to get 5 because one of the Arbiter missions, but by getting this, if you guys looking here, now I have his passive that whenever this champion receives a fear, through fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, or petrification debuff, instantly removes it, then fully heals this champion and grants an extra turn. So every time the clan boss, he gives a smackdown, usually it will cause a stun. So every time I get hit, I actually do an attack for free. So it's really good. Also really good in the Hydra. I'm not in the Hydra yet, but really good for you guys. So that's something you should always keep in mind. Karato, his passive is interesting, okay? I also got his, as you can see, damage inflicted by this champion cannot be decreased by enemy passive skills or mastery, except by the passive skills of bosses. Damage inflicted by this champion cannot be increased by either this champion's masteries or ally passive skills except when attacking bosses. So the thing with that is you can't decrease and you can't increase, right? It's so weird, right? Because you may want to be able to increase the damage, but at the same time you have to choose, well, I don't increase the damage, but guess what? I also can't have my damage decreased, right? Because it happens a lot. So I rather, get some stars in there. In the most because, let's be honest guys, eventually you guys gonna be getting some nice gear, some accessories, and you do want to complete this. But I just want to mention because it's a very interesting passive for him. So I'm starting to build my teams. One thing I will say this early in the account, like, it's completely different than what I did in the Hell Hades challenge, right? But I don't really care as of right now of Nightmare because I have other places to use my energy. They're a lot more important. And to be honest, like, I would struggle to go through, and I'm not in a race, okay? The Hell Hades challenge was a race. The faster you finish the Nightmare campaign, the more points you got. So this is not the case right now. Nightmare, I'll be honest with you guys, it's great because you do get some nice resources, but it's not worth it unless you get to a point where you have surplus energy, okay? Each battle is 16, so if you're not 3-starring, just not worth it. And even if you are, it's very close to just, I don't know. It's something I would say like 3rd month, 4th month, you're probably gonna be in the point to actually attack that. Dungeons, let's be honest guys, dungeons not my priority unless we're talking about the Minotaur. So one of the things I have to do, but that will only happen when I get Supreme Galek to 6-star, and is getting all the way to stage 15. The reason why I want to get to stage 15 is because then gems are not a thing to be used to buy masteries. The moment you get, and you can solo with one of your champions, stage 15 of the mine, it is cheaper for you guys to use gems for energy than gems for masteries. You get all your masteries and have some surplus gems instead of spending all 800. Plus you get silver and a lot of other things. Also, now that we're finally on day 6, as you guys see, I was able to open the tournament, so I have a little extra time on the tournaments, Classic Arena. I am not committed, don't take me wrong, I'm not committed for the fusion, but if you guys looking here, I will probably have enough to be able to get this champion. I should be able to get 3 more sets of fragments, so 75. Now, do I think he's like one of some crazy champion that really gonna change? Maybe. Let's take a look. So on his A1, transfer a random debuff from this champion to the target attacking one enemy. Use this champion by 10% of their max HP. A2 attacks all enemies. Attacking all enemies is always good. Has a 75% chance of removing 2 random buffs from all enemies. Heals this champion by 10% for each buff removed by this skill. On the A3, removes a random debuff from all allies. Heals all allies by 20% of this champion's max HP. And place a block debuffs buff in all allies for 2 turns. So this is really good because my other option would be farm Spirit Host. The thing is, I feel he's probably a lot tankier, as it seems. Speed not the greatest, but he should be just fine. It's a 4-turn cooldown. Spirit Host, I feel like you just wait forever to be able to use again. And on the passive, you have Kind Soul. Whenever these champions heals themselves using a skill, also heals all allies by 20% of the surplus heal. So keep this guy tanky, keep him very strong, and yeah, it would be a very good champion to bring to our squad, right? So that's pretty much what's going on. That's pretty much the plan. I would love to hear from you guys. If you're doing the free to play, or if you have any, you don't have to be following this, but if you have a free to play account, what's the place you guys actually struggle? And maybe I can help you and make a video about it. So yeah, I think that's it for today's guys. I'm very excited. Our clan is growing. It's very, very, very exciting. So our clan's getting really big. We still have some spots left. So if you guys can see, Broken Not Dead clan, yeah, just do a request, join in. I'd love to see you guys. I'd love to talk to you guys in the chat. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the game.